Good morning, everybody. I'm Chaotic. Welcome back to the stream. So, today's stream is going to be quite the simple objective. Last stream, we did a fantastic construction of both the MSR, which I've decided is actually not going to be in this compact cube. I kind of forgot they make radiation. Every MSR makes radiation. I don't feel like going into a cube to die, so we're probably going to break this guy out, build a new floor, and then put him on the next floor, so that he's in these chunks where they'll get radiation scrubbed. But we got all of the blocks together for a decent 4-slice MSR for the Ogrite. We figured out that this setup, which should now be completely full, yeah, with 65,000 buckets worth, this setup is extremely quick knack, which we can scale up more. And we need to make it, we need to set up mixers and stuff to make all the different flavors of knack. But yeah, this should be pretty effective. And we also did fine mineral dust. This was the other thing we'd worked on. This is no doubt limited by like bauxite or calcite or manganese or something. But it should have made about 20-something thousand, 23,131. Let's see. I assume it's going to be one of these. Bauxite's missing. Manganese as well. Which one's actually? Okay, bauxite's out. Calcite's fine. Manganese has a lot in buffer, yeah, so. The thing that we ran out of, which is what I kind of expected to happen, was the bauxite. We could run aluminum ore and stuff, but I'm honestly not even that worried about it right now. We have 23,000 fine mineral dust. All it makes is primal ogrite. Every fine mineral dust makes 144 millibuckets of primal ogrite, which is about 3.3 million millibuckets of it as a whole. It goes 1-to-1, it looks like, into lymphopixonia. I guess we also need it for this at some point to make a copernicium. No other way to get decay inducing matter, right? No. So we will need a little bit more throughput of this at some point for sure. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, this 1-to-1's into it. So we're looking pretty good on the amount, honestly. With this being the one exception of use case later, sort of finding it. But that's pretty far out. I figure we can work around it a little bit more at that point if it's needed. Contemplate if just more scrap boxes is the play. Just scrap box it even more. Because I know that I want to say that there's actually a scrap box multi-block that opens in the next update, whenever I do eventually update. So maybe by then, whenever we're gonna wait until the next major update after this next one, then I'll do an update and stuff because it's a little bit tedious. And then we'll probably improve our scrap box opening and generation and such, and that'll actually manage the rest of what's missing here, I think, because all we need is these 3 dust, and everything else we have in plenty of mass, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so we've got the fine mineral dust that we need. So we're officially at the point where we can just melt, mix ogrite, and then we just need to make the different kinds of knacks that it needs. This guy is probably going to get moved. I want him into like a line a little bit better. Just because he's... I don't know, honestly. He's actually pretty good here. Maybe this is fine. It makes it pretty quick, too. I forget how fast it makes it, but I want to say it makes well over a bucket a second. Which I'm pretty sure is enough to manage. I guess worst case, we have a 65,000 bucket buffer, and we can see if it's maintaining the buffer whenever we have full consumption going. So, actually, this shouldn't be that hard at all. Let's get a new floor on this guy. Get some marble bricks, get some, we'll do it from here. What kind of bricks are these? Basalt, right? Yeah. Away this. Just put away some of the stuff that we don't need for now. I was pretty happy with how we were able to get that done last time. It could have been done a little bit cleaner for sure, but all in all, it was not bad at all. I really want to go through and replace all my lamps at some point soon. Get rid of all of these. Because they cause some FPS lag. Because, like, I'm sitting here at the base, 88, 87 FPS. If I fly over here, I should, if I'm just standing, spinning around in a circle, I'll stay at 89 to 90 FPS and 90 FPS flat. Unless I lag for a second on, like, loading a new chunk. Like, if I was just to stand here, my FPS is much, much more consistent. But yeah, so maybe I remove all the lamps soon, because I feel like they're probably the culprit. Because there is a lot of them, and the way that their faces are generated is a little inefficient. The Project Red ones. Anyways, small detours. Let's grab a builder's wand. Do I feel like doing a fun design for this floor? God, I really don't, to be honest. I feel like just trying to get it done today, just being a little efficient, so maybe we just go simple floor today. More marble bricks. Let's just marble brick this guy all the way out first. Okay, so somewhere like right here. Damn, okay, I was pretty dead on with that. Some elevators. Get some ink sacks, just dye them all black. So link the other ones. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Oh, was I standing in that block? Maybe. I'm not sure. Let's go down here real quick. Here's our painting machine. Grab some glowstone. Let's use some painted glowstone blocks. Figure that's pretty effective. And that'll be our floor lighting. We'll just have to kind of pay attention whenever we're breaking any blocks for any reason. I might introduce a design to that floor later. I might not. I'm honestly not sure. Kind of just itching to make progress though, so I don't want to spend too much time on it today. I could do even lighting, or I could just kind of click things based on how I feel. And then we'll look underneath to see how bad the lighting situation is. And we'll put in some more. It should not be bad at all. God, I forget that tree just sits there. It's kind of funny. Final four. Okay, honestly, not bad. It's pretty decent lighting. I figure that'll be good lighting for the next floor too, based on how it looks on the bottom. That is good enough for me. Alright. We won't do walls on it for now. That'll be fine. We can leave it kind of open. Let us go on in here and just yoink this whole guy. A little bit rough to our configurations and stuff already. Oh. Fun. I finished a mission. I'm surprised I didn't already have that done. Oh, I guess I built this guy in pieces. Maybe it needed too many at one time. I did kind of build him as pieces finished. Okay, so I figure, for no particular reason, we'll choose this corner. I don't know why I even looked up. I know that all of these chunks are completely protected. We'll build it 3 blocks out from the corner, so we'll put our first frame here. Let's look at our little Ugrite guy. So the internal is 5 across. So this is going to be a 7. 6, 7. And then he should be 4 in the center. And then 1 more for the outside. There we go. Let me check a message real fast. And then I want to say that this was 3 tall, so this whole guy needs to be 4, so this is fine. We just connect these guys up. And then let us do just some standard fillers. Actually, we can put the normal blocks here. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm like, I can actually just put the reactor wall down. I need to do that anyways. Okay. So, let me compose myself for a second. I'm gonna try to see if I can one take this for the YouTube video. That'll eventually come in fucking weeks. Sorry, everything takes forever. Okay, so reassembling the MSR. The most core concept of this guy is follow the guide. Super, super simple. It's pretty easy. We know that our 2 fission vessels are going to be in the center, and all of the other blocks on the outside edges are going to be coolers. So, let us grab ourselves some coolant heaters. We know that there's not one here, so we'll put a filler block here for now. Not one here. Break this guy out because he needs to be a fission vessel. Molten salt fission vessel. Alright, and now these guys are going to be pretty simple. We're going to make this our input side. Input side needs to be on default. Pretty easy, right? These guys are fission vessels, which means that we need fuel spread, because that will spread both the depleted fuel and the new fuel that it needs over into this container. These are going to be our coolants. Hot coolant out will only be at the end, so we're going to put these all on coolant spread too. Spread for the inside of the reactor, and then you're going to do the output one on just the very last one in the chain. These guys are pretty easy to manage because all you need to do now is grab your fission vessels and grab your coolant heaters. And if you shift right click on, it will add on with the exact same attributes as the other one. Same with all of the coolant heaters. And there we go. Simple as that. We just swap all of these guys over. Make sure you don't shift click these trying to like skip 2 at one time. It doesn't work that way. You'll change the one behind it. If that happens, you'll be in for a horrible time if you don't realize. And there you go. These will be our 2 lymphopixonia outputs, and these will all be our different hot coolants. You could send the hot coolants directly into a heat exchanger. There's a whole thing in the Discord if you want to see like how to compare your heat exchanger sizes and check its stuff based on its fueling efficiency rate and everything. But I'm probably just gonna trash it. I think we're just gonna flue trash can it. But yeah, and this is it. You just put vents on now onto all of these. Vents do not do any kind of auto input or output. So any kind of vents that you put on these will need to be directly managed and filtered on the external face. But then you fill in with your walls. You fill in with your walls. If I can stop dropping. And then we fill in our last walls over here. And somewhere on this face, you do have to put the reactor controller. We'll put it on this side because it's towards the center, and we'll put it on the right side just because. And there we go. That's an assembled salt reactor. It's got 8 fission vessels and 44 coolers. Cooler heaters, I guess, specifically. But there we go. That's it's pretty simple setup. This is a little 4 slicer, so he won't make anything super quickly. But he won't be bad. And then we just have to keep in mind that this side is the output, and that this side is the input. You want that to be known and labeled because the last thing you want to do is try to put into the output side, and then you have to like pull everything back out. Maybe you're gonna end up voiding some of the liquids and stuff. It'll be all sorts of pain. Okay, small little reassembly. That should be pretty easy. I feel like I spoke well enough on that I can cut that down. Save myself from an external tutorial, maybe. Okay, so fluid conduits. We'll do enter conduits for all of these. Remember, this is the output side. So we'll connect up here. Break this guy off. Actually, we're going to put these guys here too. So these are going to be our lymphs of Pixonia. And these guys are going to go to a trash can. Fluid trash. Let's learn this too, just to make sure we have it. There we go. Extract always. Let's grab our conduit probe. Paste in all of these guys. Okay. That manages all of these outputs. And then these will be connected here. A little bit of spaghetti. Where do we need the lymph of Pixonia? What's it exactly needed in? Okay, so it's used in a couple things. Gargantuan dromedaes. Off that guy. Set this guy to insert. Actually, I was gonna do this, but it makes it a little bit longer than it needs to be. You can be like right here. I'll let him float, sure. That's fine. Okay. And then we need to manage all of our inputs. So we're gonna need primal ogrite. Primal ogrite is in a fluid enricher with normal molten ogrite. We're kind of gonna need to manually fill this one through. There's just not many options on that, unfortunately. I can't passive ogrite yet. I'm actually still quite a ways away from that, I'm pretty sure. We could give it a little double check. I'm pretty sure ogrite ore, right, ogrite ore, yeah, is made in the plasmatic condenser, which needs universal boosters, which needs lymphs of Pixonia around vibranium ingots. So probably fluid infuser, and then you on-demand the vibranium ingot into it for ethereal effusion stones whenever you need them. And I guess I could on-demand the universal boosters into like a random little crafting grid too. That wouldn't be that bad. That's possible. I think I'll just kill Termisect for that. Okay, yeah. So we just get passive Wildwood Hearts. We'll on-demand this through a Fluid Infuser. Full speed upgrades, Vibranium ingots into it, and it's auto-stocked with Lymph of Pixonia, make it a one-use machine. That should be good. And then that lets you just request Ogrite. Every Ogrite ore gives you about 8. We could use the recursive processor at some point, so we wouldn't have to do it manually to get Ogrite dust. But regardless of what you do, then you throw this guy into a melter, and then he'll convert straight over. Hmm. Yeah, not too bad. We'll consider more on this in a little bit. So this guy is going to need all of the knacks and such as well managed. So we see that we're going to need some raw knack, gold knack, redstone knack, and cryothium knack. I don't think I actually have any issues with passiving all of those. I'm pretty sure. I think we have all of the stuff we need for those, no problem. It's just going to be a decent amount of machines. So let's take a little look at this. So all of these are going to be a salt mixer with their molten variant, right? Here actually, let's look at the usage of knack, and that'll probably be easier. Yeah, so molten redstone essentially, jelly cryothium. Do we have cryothium? We have 4,000 of it. We do have 1.6 million blizz rods, so cryothium can be managed, I think. These guys will. We could just craft them down into 2 blizz powder. You can manufacture it into 1. Could use a pulverizer to get the 4. Probably will, just for efficiency's sake. And then that needs to be crafted with snowballs and redstone, which is easy, into cryothium dust. And so 1 rod will give you 1 bucket of cryothium dust if you do it with the pulverizer. What's this guy go into? Is this 6? So you get 6 dust per if you requested it through a mythic processor. Contemplating if it's worth requesting enough of this for like a long time. No, the last thing you want to do is play games with your coolant. Like that needs to be on constant passive. Um, if you play games with coolant, things usually don't end up well, unfortunately. Okay. Trying to think about how I want to set this up. Could use fluid lasers. They eat a little bit of TPS though, so you probably avoid them whenever you can. What's our... So outside corners are connected, inside 4 are connected, and then raw outside 2 are connected. So these 2 are connected. These 4 are connected. Actually, oh, I guess we could totally just filter all this. These could all be connected and just be filtered now. Thinking about it. That would probably be an easier method in my opinion. Let's set all of these guys to, we'll give them their full grid. These extra ones. I'm using Ender Conduit anyways, so I might as well. We'll break these just so they look cooler. There we go, it's like a spider web. Alright, set these guys all to insert. Scroll this guy so I can copy it. Copy paste. I doubt they would extract anything, but there's no point in leaving extract on if it's not needed. And then let's grab some fluid filters. So the outside 4 are gold knack, or knack gold. Insert filter. Insert filter. Nice and easy. And then these inside 4 are going to be redstone knack. I was making sure that wasn't a hot version, I just realized. Eutetic redstone knack. Should be fine. This one guy is going to be cryothium. We'll do our 2 outside eutetic knacks first, just because we still have it here. Insert 1. Insert 1. This one will be a Eutectic Knack Cryothium mixture. Insert him. And then these last two will be Primal Ogrite. Insert them. Alright, now we should be able to extract into the system from any of these locations. And it should deposit all of the knacks perfectly fine. Hopefully. We'll see how that actually ends up turning out, but I guess easiest way would be, let's put this ender tank down. We'll put it down here. We'll set this guy to an extract always. Sweet. So that filled up all of our Eutectic Knack. I presume all the way through these guys. This didn't spit it out. Good. Let's break this, hopefully without breaking anything else important. Just so we can check this guy. He does indeed have full neck. Perfect. Love that. Alright, so little filters are working fine, it looks like. Now this guy needs to get pulled out. We're going to need some melters. We need... Oh, damn. Well, we already have 5 mids, so that should be enough, I think. We need Cryothium, Primal Ogrite, Redstone, Gold. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's all we need. I doubt we need more than 1 melter full speed worth to prep the fluids. I would assume that would maintain just fine. It's my assumption, at least. Although that doesn't always go well. Let me think about how I'm going to set this up. Because I did end up putting this guy pretty close to where the wall is going to be. I could put the stuff on top of it. It'd be kind of funny if I did. Do the machinery up here. If I'm going to do that, this guy should get moved. Oh, please come back. Thank you. Put this guy here. Extract always for forget. Alright, and then we'll have our 4 fluids else that we need come off this side. That means our melters will be here to begin with. It's really easy to misclick with this. Let me get my other pickaxe. There we go, Soak Touch, and this one doesn't break nearly as fast, so I won't accidentally be just destroying things. Let's request like 3,000 more of these. Like 3,000 more of these. So I just don't want to run out. I feel like that's a pretty efficient method to guarantee that doesn't happen. Okay. So I placed all of these melters facing this way, correct? Nice. I just did that so I could guarantee where their side configs came from. I'm figuring top will always be input and left will always be output for these guys. Turn off redstone control, don't need that. Output, not output push. We'll use conduits or cables or something for these guys. I just said not output push. What am I doing? What am I doing? All kinds of tomfoolery happening here. Okay, so we're going to need EMC links. So this one will be redstone, this one will be gold. It's redstone, gold. What were the other ones? Oh, I guess we only need, oh no, one of them would be ogre, right? I forgot about that. Redstone, gold, and then one's going to be cryothium, so it won't be managed by this automatically. Thank you for the follow, Ruby Emily. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. We'll leave these two with EMC links. And then these ones will need their own little separate management. They're going to need a little bit extra machine-wise. Let us set both of these with some conduits real quick. Correct always. Into some inserts. Should be fine. This one will be redstone blocks. This one will be gold block. Block of gold. Forget, it's always got that distinction. Just to confirm, this guy melts down just fine, right? Where's that? Yep, cool. His base processing time for that is pretty long, but he does have a 65x, which means it'll take like 6 seconds? Give or take. Which should be hopefully enough for throughput. We'll see how the melters do. We can add more if needed. Hopefully we don't need to. And then these guys will go into salt mixer processes. Then we wait for the last guy. There it is. Okay. So this will be 4 salt mixers. What does the primal ogrite get mixed in? Just a fluid enricher, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I actually don't think I needed 4 salt mixers then. I really didn't, no. That's okay. So these 2 will be here. One of these will be primal ogrite, and the last one will not be needed for now. We need a fluid enricher instead. Fluid enricher will be used here. This guy will be our ogrite provided one, which we'll probably just do manually for now. Manually-ish, at least. Yeah, this guy gets, he gets fine mineral dust. I was like, what goes in this? I'm like, this needs an item, but we're melting the ogrite. Just forgetting things. Love that. So input from the top on the left tank and input from the right on that tank. Output to the left. Input from the top. Input from the right. Output to the left. Top. Right. Yeah, no. My brain was like, wait, no, that needs to be from the left, but no, I'm just being dumb. This guy will be an input from the top on this. This one will be an input from the right as well. Up to the left. Okay. Let's grab ourselves upgrades just to make sure that they don't get forgotten. If you don't put in the upgrades now, they might not make it in later, and that could once again be a problem. Alright. Send these guys directly over. This is how we're gonna get the eutetic neck, by the way. I figured people probably could have assumed. We'll just have this extract here. And since it's these fluid conduits by default round robin, wherever their results go, so they're pretty efficient for things like this. Should be fine. We'll turn extracts off on all of these. Okay, this will be redstone, this will be gold. This one needs to be cryrothium. So this guy needs to get cryrothium dust in him specifically. Are we passiving this anywhere? I feel like we are underneath for the flux ducts. I feel like we have a passive supply. This one is passive. Maybe we grab just a quick little ender chest. Thank you for the follow this. Rennie Kewis, appreciate it. Hello, how are you? Doing pretty good. How about yourself? Let's put this guy down. Let's give him a... Actually, we'll just put him here. Little basic item filter. Let us grab a diamond. I don't feel like this guy deserves his own little thing, so we're just going to... Can you not do that? Oh, okay, you click it there. I'm like, I know that if you do a diamond, it personalizes the ender chest to you as a player, which means you could technically reuse a color scheme multiple times. This guy will be on an insert of just cryotheme dust. Let's grab some extract speed upgrades. Where's that? There. I got distracted by the fluid filters. Cool, that'll chunk a bunch of dust through. This is just crafting blizz rods down, which is what it is. If we need more blizz rods, we'll kind of keep an eye on the supply. We'll check up on all of our coolant supplies and stuff that we need later on, whenever we're actively running this guy. Before we do each major cycle, and that should be fine. Let us put our other ender chest down. This one's going to be cryotheme, yes. Get a separation block. Click the diamond on the front. There's a cryotheme. Item conduit. Extract always. Insert. And this guy, for now, will just be a storage crate. Because he's going to be for Ogreite. And then I'll do the same thing with this one for our fine mineral dust. Because I really don't want this system running on its own right now anyways, because we don't have any kind of like constant guaranteed supply of these things. And so that could be really unfortunate if we let it go off a little bit too much. But we'll eventually move this to a passive system. I figure we'll have molten salt reactors that just don't stop for production of our like things like lymphopixonia. And there was a couple of other things as well for the salt reactors if we look real quick. These are all flea-based solutions. I don't remember if they're actually needed. I'm not sure. But we do need lymphopixonia. Ooh, I forgot about this one. The fact that you can thalamic replicate with primal ogrite ingots and some twilight matter and some fossil refined fuel into vital lymph. And vital lymph is very, very efficient in the comparison. It turns 50 millibuckets into a full bucket of vital lymph. Oh no, I pressed F11. Did I mess up my stuff? No, nice, it didn't resize weird. But yeah, so we need to remember this. This is resonating stone, so maybe we use it later. Maybe we just don't. I'm not sure. This probably goes way faster. Oh yeah, nice. And it's depletion time and heat gen are the same, but it's for a much larger amount of Pixenia. Einsteinium, I knew we needed that, and Whispering Starlight as well, which we'll need. So there's like 3, and spent polonium too, I guess? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. Spent polonium can be used, or you can just use Californium 250. That's molten as well. Okay, that'll be easy. All right, and then these guys will then all extract and produce into just right here. We'll disable this connection fully. Connect this guy across. Disable this guy. Extract always. Turn this guy off. Let's copy this. You can connect. That's an item conduit. No wonder it doesn't want to connect. You can connect. Paste him too. Okay. And this guy needs a fluid conduit as well. Both of these guys are. Insert no extract. Extract always active no insert. Kill this. Alright, I want to say that we're looking pretty good. This is looking pretty top notch for what we need. And then all we need now is some crystalline conduit. And then let's throw down a little flux point. That's a plug. That's a plug too. That's a point. These guys are running. They're making their eutetic knack and such. Wish these guys could be just a little bit quicker. I want to say that the melter is quicker than the magma crucible. Yeah, we could never get this to burn through what would effectively end up being like 14,000 RF quicker than what this is running. Because yeah, it's doing multiple per second. Yeah, I think this always wins. Okay. This should be all of our outputs getting managed, yep. Let this guy start buffering up, and then let us grab ourselves some Ogrite. We'll do a stack. How much is a stack can actually work out to? 9 buckets or so of Lymphopixonia. I think that's okay, and that leaves us 5 Ogrite ingots just because. Mineral dust. We can click out a bit more of that. This guy should take this down. He should be enriching. This guy should not be operating in any kind. The net heat gen will be negative 7,120. Love that. We see these guys get some Ogreites. So Cryotheum knack is already full. Redstone is working. Oh, I see what's happening. Redstone's actually already filling up as well, so it's filling the external vents already too. Gold isn't quite there yet. Can gold... Ooh, gold's a little slow. Hear me out. First usage of the improved Torturino. Work. Yeah. Be the menace. Small level 27x. Let's go and look at our stuff here. Also, let's see what that did to our TPS. Oh, nothing. Nice. Okay, that's stacking up our gold. That's stacking up our redstone. Gold mixture's finished. And then Ogrite just simply can never stack up, even though it's done. Alright, let's break this guy. Great for just quick little manual acceleration of the system. And then, if everything goes well, a lever on this guy should get him running. Keep an eye on him for his heat production. He is fine. Let's check out the values of all these liquids. They're being drained pretty... that actually goes by pretty quick. It's fine though, they're being managed. Everything's keeping up. Actually, we'll need to double check that everything's actually keeping up in a second. We'll let this run for a couple minutes. There it is. 576 millibuckets of limps of Pixonia already. Already half a bucket. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, red sun's being maintained. Gold's being maintained for now, but it's not going to keep being maintained. Okay. We're gonna do that. I want to maintain the gold amount just fine. That won't be affecting the reactor at all, which is good by me. 1584, that's okay. Red sun's being maintained now. God, can gold still not keep up? I guess gold's issue now actually is power. Hold on. We double up on our power system here to make sure that everything's maintaining a good amount of it. It should be fine. This. Now this guy's not dying on his power issues. Come on, that gold should catch up soon, right? God, is gold still draining with that? With the 3x? Really? I'm kind of impressed. Like, these guys are all still being maintained, obviously. Okay, so that's something real fast, too, I wanted to check. How's this guy keeping up? So this guy's draining, but not by much, by like 3. He's very, very slightly not keeping up. But we know that he can. I really want to add additional connectors on this for now. That'll be fine for now then. We have enough of a buffer on this guy. Can't believe that 3x speed melter can't keep up on the gold. Yeah, there's just no time efficiency on the melter for blocks, unfortunately. Yeah, and it is slowly draining down. We did, what, 64 ingots? So we're actually about to finish up all of the Lymphopixonia that we could have made anyways, which is 9,216 millibuckets. Then these guys will get to buffer a decent amount as well, and we'll figure something else out, I guess, for gold. Maybe we added an additional gold melter. Not sure. This should cycle very soon. Oh, wait. Is that it? Actually, because I noticed that this isn't yeah, there's no heat gen. So 8,928. I put in 64, right? I feel like I'm missing some. It's possible that there's some on one side and not on the other, maybe, and it's not processing right because of it. I don't think so, though. It should have spread equally. I don't know. Anyways, we have 8,928 millibuckets of Lymphopixonia for the first run. That's all we have the Ogrite for right now anyways, so I guess efficiency can be done again later as needed. Okay, Lymphopixonia acquired. What do we even need it for? That's always the fun question. This guy actually does need to go into a Ender Tank because he's needed for a couple of things. What do we want our MSR colors to be? I kind of like gray. Like, it just seems appropriate. That maybe gray, gray, gray. I don't think it's used for anything. Steam, fuck. That makes sense. Wait a second. Light gray, light gray, light gray. Why does it say water? Okay, hold on. Maybe that's just its default fluid. I guess that would make sense. I'm gonna go and double check real fast that we don't have water. Oh, wrong side. That we don't have water anywhere for some reason in an ender tank. I wouldn't imagine we do. These are all gray, gray, gray for steam, right? Yes. Yes. Okay. I assume that's just what the ender tanks look like whenever they're empty. They just always have the default fluid of water in here. So light gray, light gray, light gray will be our Lymphopixonia. And maybe we'll set up an MSR or a heat exchanger eventually for this guy. I'm honestly not sure. They look kind of tedious to mess with. We'll see. We'll see. Before I click with my hand, go extract, insert only. There you go, Lymphopixonia, perfect. Let's grab this guy. And then we'll do it on this floor since we already have a bunch of just spaghetti here. And would I just be proper if I didn't add to it? Grab an interface. This one's our universal booster, which I feel like means that putting this guy here with a fluid, I want to say it's a fluid enricher with Lymphopixonia, right? Fluid infuser, fluid infuser. Fluid infuser. Grab one of these guys. Let us pop this guy open. Click this. Perfect. Grab our infuser. Set him here. He's also going to get power from that guy, which I just thought was really nice. And you'll be an output push to the bottom, so you'll send right back in. We will put a tank right here with an allocator. That's going to take all of our Lymphopixonia for now. Do we need it for anything else right now anyways? We're going to need it. I forgot actually we do kind of need a decent amount of it for the mythical miners. Vital Lymph is probably in our future then. Okay. Nothing else right now, though, needs it, other than the Ethereal Infusion Stone, so that's good enough for me. This recipe is a Vibranium Ingot, creates 1 Ethereal Infusion Stone, that's fine. The only inventory that it can push into is this guy directly, so this should be good. And we almost forgot the upgrades. That would have been a small, but definitely noticeable bottleneck if that was the case. Okay, that guy will eat Vibranium Ingots. And with that, can we order a booster? We can, right? Yeah, because we already have Wildwood Hearts. I don't know how many we have, but we have some. We have 48 of them. We have 3.4 million souls. Let's just try to order some Ogrite, maybe, straight up. Fragments of Madness. I forgot about that part. Were they hard? They were just in the Carbonated Power, right? Yeah. I remember what happened. I meant to go into this guy. Liquid Madness. Because this guy is well overproduced. Like, see, there's 64 in here. So I had meant to swap him out. God, I want to do this. Because I don't want to take everything from it. Okay. It should auto output into the Crucible every time that it has an open slot in the Crucible. I'm pretty sure. And then if I'm actively taking out with the conduit of some kind into the system, so if I like Phantom Face here, we get we get an Ender Chest, we just throw him down, set this guy to purple. Here's a purple die. This is our IMI system input chest. We grab a conduit, which we already have in our inventory. We drop this guy right here. Extract always, insert Phantom Phase connector. Break. I forgot those break really fast. Click this block. Click this block. I want to see if whenever this guy does a production, which takes a while for these, by the way, I want to see if whenever he does a production, it'll force it into this slot. Because it's directly against it, so it should do an auto output from the modular machinery. And I assume that auto output would beat the speed of the conduit tick. I guess I don't actually need this open. I can look at this to see whenever the graph's gonna finish. Because as long as it auto outputs into the Crucible, that's fine. It means it'll eventually stack the full stack into the Crucible again. Perfect. Alright, auto output goes to the Crucible, so I'll give this his full stack. And that means every time it does a completion, and it needs one in here, because it's lost a bucket of Liquid Madness as a buffer, or 500 millibuckets actually, I think is what these produce each. Yeah. Then it'll go in here. But otherwise, all of the fragments of madness that are made will just go straight into the system, so we have a little bit of excess. It's not exactly a fast crafting process here. I don't have the thing for... I don't have the Empowered Maze Stone. Yeah. And, like, I could get it. I just haven't felt like doing it. Because you need to go and do the questing ram. You also need to go and acquire the Maze Breaker. You do both of those, you get the Maze Stone, and this guy improves it by 5 times the speed, which would then make you produce, like, every 12 seconds, right? Yeah. Which is a bit more digestible, but I digress. We'll worry about that later on. Is what I feel like I keep saying today, but that's fine by me. Anyways, fragments of madness have been acquired in the system. So now if we do an ogrite, we'll just do 1 craft worth. Let's see if it operates. It makes that. It sends it there, and now this should be in the plasmatic. Oh, god damn, it's beautiful. Okay, alright. Come here. Not bad. A stack and 30 ingots. We'll take this set over. Curious. Conduit here. Get 1 more melter, which we just so happen to have. So I'm thinking we will insert on the items here. Extract only on the fluid. Give him some upgrades as well. Maintain it all with the Torturino. Check our TPS. Yeah, it's not even shifted. Just to make sure that we're not doing anything crazy because of this Torturino effect. And this should hopefully massively increase the gold throughput. And while we're at it, because I really want to do the Primal Ogrite, this whole setup needs to get shifted and moved. I think. Oh, okay. This is part of why this was here. This needed an active supply of niter. I see. Okay, these guys are producing sodium and potassium galore. Sodium and potassium are what's fed into the salt mixers. Okay. So we're just gonna lose all of this extra knack alloy. That's fine. This is okay, so so I'm thinking ender fluid conduits. Like 7 salt mixers? I think that could be pretty good. So let's get ourselves 3 more of these guys. Pick up our drum. Move him up 1. Pick this guy up. Move him up 1 too. We'll allocate into this. That's still fine by me. This guy will get the conduit experience. Where they at? I'm out of fluid conduits? Or I'm blind. I think I'm out of them. Let's put this ogre away for now. Let us get ourselves 4 more salt mixers. That's what these are, right? Yep. Well, at least we made the 1 extra earlier. Hold on. We're gonna... These seem to be very relevant recently. I don't know why they haven't been encoded yet. Laziness, I guess, but then like my laziness has caused me more trouble. Because like, look at how difficult and extremely hard this was. Where's my salt mixer at? Give me like 10, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay. Alright, now that we don't have to keep making these guys by hand. Seven of them. Perfect. Now, I feel like this will probably be pretty good. And this might actually beat the throughput speeds of the industrial electrolyzers that we're using. If it does, I'd be impressed. If it doesn't, that's okay too. I'd actually kind of prefer that it doesn't, and that it just kind of works as it should. Let me grab some more upgrades. I need 4 more stacks of both. Do, 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 do. I didn't get energies in there. Okay, conduit of any kind. Crystalline should work just fine. How much do these take? 1300 to take? Yeah, we're good. We're chilling. And now if we do our fluid conduit, ender fluid conduit, no reason to use anything less. Where's our little conduit probe? Swap him over. Extract always. Shift right click. And just paste on all these guys. Insert. Okay, now we have the fleet of eutectic knack production. And also, it looks a little bit cleaner now. Because we knew we needed more throughput, so we could scale him up a little bit. Okay, so that should be the knack needed. Hopefully this extra gold manages the gold cooler needed. Let's throw on just a good old stack here. Oh great, back on in this guy. Power him on. Let's see how things are making it. Gold is staying nice and stocked. I would hope so, obviously. Yep, these guys even have downtime now. So 2 melters gets that done. This guy always maintains. This guy is literally not even close to struggling. Fantastic. Alright, so now we have everything else managed, it looks like. So now we should just be able to straight turn Ogrite into Limbs of Pixonia, no problem. I guess our one thing is that we don't have fine mineral dust being automatically provided to this guy, so we're doing that part manually too. And the Ogrite's manual as well for now. Nice. Not bad. Just double checking all the fluids. You really want to keep up on it with your coolers and stuff. Just gotta make sure it's all processing right after all. Let's go and check on these guys. They are all nice and beautifully full. Oh yeah, let's check our eutectic knack production now. That's what I was wanting to check actually. That was a big part of it. I forget how many floors are in this place. I went too far. It's still not maintaining. That's crazy. Are these guys lacking now? No? Oh, wait, they are. Potassium throughput's not going enough. What if I put yellow on this side too? This should be slightly more maintained now. Okay, now these guys are non-stop. Are we still losing? Damn, we're still losing? I'm impressed at the amount of knack that this uses. Wait, we're gaining? We're gaining. All right. So seven salt mixers beats out the knack usage. Oh wait, actually hold on. Maybe this is just out of fuel. We're not gaining. This just finished off the rest of the limbs of Fixonia. So you got 18 buckets worth. That's what happened. That makes sense. Um, okay, so we just need to keep in mind that this guy's just manual filled for now. Can I put a? Oh no, not there. Right. Fine mineral. We'll label this just so if I come back to this later before I optimize this and I forget, it's extremely simple to see. Okay, and this guy doesn't need to be running whenever he's not actively operating. What else do I need? What does that get me? What was this unlock for? Mythic excavation engines. Need universal boosters. Um, how do you even get Elisanium? So it'll be found on Rune and Door, it looks like, I would assume. Can also be found in shiny boxes. Okay. So once we get Rune and Door, it costs some other additional stuff too. Looks like this will be our recipe for now for Mythic Excavation Engines. And it just needs one. Do I have the recipe encoded? What recipe do I have in there? Okay, yeah, so I have the one with the strength transmission and demon blood shards, which I want to say is, yeah, it's this guy. Demon blood shards, so sentient coagulator with blood infused iron. That's melted. How do you make this guy? Okay, I respect it. Kind of like it. He makes weak blood shards or demon blood shards. Do I need weak blood shards for things? Proxima artifact's gonna need some. Also need a creation altar. Yikes. I say yikes. I don't even think it's that bad. I just am sad. It's all fine. We need some for the fusion cores, but we got those manually. Oh yeah, so you don't really need a lot of these. Not enough to auto-produce them. How many do I need for demon blood shards? Once again, just a little bit. I need some for the Skything core. Mm, okay. Demon blood shards have a passive purpose. They're used in a much higher quantity. Okay, so I was just curious if I needed to make 2 coagulators or not. I don't think I do. The auto workbench one, which I want to say is also the one that has the altar. Damn, kind of on a roll with remembering those somehow. Grab a chisel. Sentient coagulator. Looked like it was somewhere lower. There it is. It wasn't lower. Grab ourselves a controller. Craft them together. Do I have these passived? Do I get them from a miner? That's why. I was like, why do I have so many of these? That seemed a little. It seemed a little high. Okay. So we already have those available in the system. We'll do it down here on this floor, just because, like, I don't know. I kind of like the mess that's going on in here. It's fun. Into coagulator. Let's give him another look on what it operates on. So we're gonna need a bunch of runes. Master Wizard. I can't be bothered. Actually, so I think we'll just make it normally. I think I'll be okay. Okay. So that means we'll need some 8 of the orb displacements, 4 augmented capacities, and 3 accelerations. Damn it, runes of the orb are a pain. I need to go and get my guy out of here. Buy him back. It was what? 4 augmented capacities. Then I want to say it was 8 displacement runes as well. We'll double check one more time. Yes, 8 displacements and 3 accelerations. There's 54 runes of the orb already in there. Alright, there's not displacement ones. Oh yeah, I remember. These are actually a little annoying to make. These guys. Speed runes. 3 of those. And then we're going to need a fluid input. We'll make a big one, because it needs to hold like 1,296 millibuckets once. So this guy should be fine for that. And then an output. We'll just take one of the reinforced item outputs. 9 slots is overkill, but we already have it, so we might as well, right? Let us set him up over here somewhere. We want him over here. He's a small guy. He's a little 3x3, so we could put him here somewhere. We can float him too, like we did with these. Yeah, he's floating right here. That's where the spaghetti's going. Where is his controller sit on the multi-block? Is it on the front bottom? No, front middle. Does that mean that an output is on the back? Yes. Inputs on the bottom, outputs on the back. Good to know. This will be fine. Give me one more block out. This will give us a block of space. Let us grab our super advanced machine assembly tool. I don't know how often I've said that, but a lot this series so far. The stick. Those were acceleration runes, not speed runes. I forgot. Rune. I made speed runes while saying acceleration rune. That's great. Missing fluid input, that's fine. This guy is going to just spit out into a basic drawer. Size. Why is this not facing me? This is dumb. Give me this block. There we go. I'm like, I want to see this drawer. We will storage bus this guy. I don't want this to run like everything all the time forever. That's why this is happening. Grab a downgrade. I figure a single stack plus 9 stacks in there should be plenty for this. I'm pretty sure I can't imagine on like requesting more than 10 stacks of this at one time. So that should be good. Let us grab a storage bus, some cable. We'll need a glass cable too. For the bus itself, some of the smart cable, and then there's an interface nearby, right? I wonder how many connections this guy has left. Okay. He still has 12 in total, and this side could fit all 12 of those on its own if it wanted to. So this will be fun. Oh. Don't want too many over. Leave him like that for now. Then let us grab the line, right? Yeah. Interface. Put the interface here. That should be fine. Make another melter. Ta-da! Did I never move Nether Kata over? Did I not? I swear I did. Okay, I never did. This guy added 2x, 16x's to this recipe. It makes just one, right? Yeah, so it'll encode to 16. Get this out of here. And then let's look up this guy, Alloy. Mythic Alloy Tier 2. You can have a Nether Kata recipe for 16 of these guys. You will never be sad and slow again. I'm not waiting on that. Okay, perfect. Anyways. We'll take our input from the left, we'll up it to the back. Grab a little allocator. Pretty much gonna try to use these guys whenever I can for any one block fluid transfer. Just cause like, it makes me feel better knowing that I'm not doing something completely horrendous. TPS wise. And then this guy can just pull out of this guy with some item conduit. Blood iron. Control and scroll at the same time. Extract always. Insert. There we go. He'll be fine. Let's grab him some upgrades. Then he just needs some power. Where's that? I thought I'd is there any power around here? Power there. Conduit from there. That's fine. 5 conduit is way better than just putting another flux plug down airpoint. Because we don't need it. This guy should produce. Perfect. Now we just use the drawer key, lock him in. Since he's locked now, we can give him his beautiful priority. That means this will always be our Demon Blood Shard drawer. Demon Blood Shards, they do show up. You know, you can just have 32 stacks. I was thinking about it, I'm like, we have enough, I think, to do it. And that's just such a massive buffer at that point. I'll never have an issue with it ever again, for sure. Okay, so excavation engine, what are we missing now? High strength transmission. What's this guy? I totally forgot about these. Yeah. Yeah. How many of these do I need? Okay, you need 1 per excavation engine, guaranteed, at least. You'll need some for the optical event horizon. You're gonna need 1 per set of the vessels and stuff, which I'll eventually use for the 2-phase fission reactor. You'll need some for the collapser as well later. Do I need complex gearboxes for anything else? I'll need them for like 2 things maybe. So you could make this guy, the Arcane Assembler from Dominic Energistics, and this would let you bypass the Arcane Auto Workbench requirement if you wanted to, but I kind of don't need to. I already have all the recipes in 2 workbenches. Blank Knowledge Core. I don't even know what this does, to be honest with you. Used an Arcane Inscriber. Used to make patterns for the... Okay. Alright, I do not care about that then. And obviously it's used to make the high strength transmission. What about the shaft? Just for the transmission. Shaft is, yeah, it's some Mithrilium, some arrow shafts. So this looks so small that I feel like this could be on demand for the crankshaft recipe. The gears, however, the gearbox, I feel like at the minimum you want the gears passive, even if you actually on demand the process of the gearbox through a crafting table. Oh damn, but actually some of these gears you don't want passive at all. You just need a passive supply of all of these materials. Yeah, some of these I wouldn't want passive. Like vibranium and stuff, just because it's kind of expensive. What would my total time allocation be? Like this. How bad's a mythic processor gear working? Oh, dude, easy. Easy. Multiplies the amount by 4, so it'd make like 16 of these gears, or it'd make 4 of these. Yeah, that's definitely the play, right? You'd make 16 dreaded steels at a time, or 16 vibranium, so it'd require the investment of like a stack of material every time. But you know, that'd make 4 gearboxes and such every time as well. Hmm. Yeah, this really looks like just getting a gear working die and then encoding all of the recipes into it, and then running it with the mythic processors. Because these guys are 1-ticks, right? 2-tick recipes. Are they all 2-tick? Hold on. Yeah, all 2-tick. Which means like it would take you How many different kinds of gears are in here? There's like 20, maybe 23. Well, actually, you know what? Gamer strat. I just hold A on all of these real fast. Then we can count the bookmarks. Because it'll never rebookmark one. Damn, I lost my count immediately. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 28. Yeah, so 28 of them. I think it's fine, right? If they all took 2 ticks, that'd be 56 ticks to do the 28 individual crafts. Each craft would be making enough excess for multiple gearboxes, and 56 ticks is just under 2.5 seconds. I think that's good. So, we need a mythic gear working one. And then the crankshaft just needs plates, so we just need a mythic compressor. What do we got going on in this guy already? It's an alloy, a pulverizer, furnace, wire mill, purifier. This is a rolling machine. Okay, so this is a compactor. Gear working. Processor. Chisel this guy over. Move this up to. Gear working die controller. Let's grab some cobble. We need a scaffolding block real quick. Put him here. Gear working die. He needs a sequential fabricator. Basic. I'll take this one just because I know it doesn't have anything special about it. I'll put him sideways. I think that's fine. Electromagnets. Oh, actually, I forget. These guys can share. We need to move this. There's no reason to not save material whenever you can. Let us get our electromagnets now. Let's get our coil. Let's get a tier 2 mythic coil. We're gonna have to wait a minute on that actually, because it's gonna be waiting on what's it called? Crafting injectors, no doubt. They'll be a little bit slow. Other than that, that's fine though. It is funny watching it craft 1,000 draconium blocks. I did contemplate putting down a compacting drawer that wasn't locked to set it for the expected recipes, but I would have had to filter the ingot part of it to guarantee that it only ever took out the block forms. But I really did consider at one point setting down a compacting drawer and then setting the recipes to them. And I could do it and then storage bus them instead and just set them up automatically there, but that seemed just kind of annoying. So it just crafts them instead. Like, you know, looking at it, the recipe, the biggest delay here is by far not the craft of the draconium blocks, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. Let it keep making those. There was something else I was thinking about. Oh yeah. We need a machinery item output bus. Then we'll need an input bus. We'll give you a big one. That's what we've been using, right? Yeah, big item inputs. Alright. And now we're really just waiting on this. It needs to finish up the last of these 10 injectors. That's fine. This guy will finish up. This will give us our gear working die. We'll set the rest of the recipes needed for the complex crankshaft as well to make sure that it's all good. We'll set up these guys in their crafting recipes, and then we should have everything for these. Because I want to say all of the ingots for all of these have already been passived a long time ago. Either passived or on-demanded, I guess, specifically. Or they're unobtainable in that format for now. And we'll be sad. We'll swap this guy over. Where's my point? Swap this guy back over to a flux point. Stuff should be done any second now. There it is. Tier 2 mythic coil. I'll take it. Our super advanced machine assembly, also known as the stick. This should build up the gear working die. Oh, okay, so first things first. This guy needs to go here. Second, we need an energy hatch. Let's make an ultimate, just because I might as well, right? Where's that? There it is. And we also need fission casing. I forgot about that part. Now, assemblage the rest of it. And it's saying that it's missing a tier 1 mythic coil, but it's not. It's got a tier 2, so it's fine. Okay. Gear working die controller is here. Let's grab ourselves an interface with some cable. Mythic, gear working, T2. There we go. Super easy to send the recipes in now. And that should be good. Yep. Alright, so little backup caused some lag. Let's look on in here. How many recipes we got in this guy? Okay, this guy's got space. And then we need an ultimate recipe, right, for the other one? Does this guy have any space? Already got the Finum Warper, right? Yeah, we already went. It was the one that was full of the fluid. Resin Ender, I think. So we will swap this guy's Finum one out as well. Alright, so these guys can go. Load this. Finum will get swapped on over to our beautiful gearbox. Save. And then this guy, we'll just add into one of these ones, the complex crankshaft. Save. This one's going to be gearbox. And this one will be the other one. gearboxes and crankshafts added in. Okay, so we wanted to make a gearbox. These are the gears that aren't actively known. All of these other gears have a crafting recipe already of some kind. Although they're no doubt kind of slow, so we probably want to shift every single one of the gears in this gearbox over. Okay, so these guys will have to stay as crafting down recipes. That's fine. Um, well, everyone else gets moved. Let's do this. Recipe output for a gear. Let's actually do this first. Let's clean up all of our inventory stuff. Anything we don't need on us now can just go onto the system. Or Torturino in there. I don't feel like I'll be doing too much more in this stream. I don't want it to be a super long stream today. Okay, that should be fine. Alright, now recipe outputs gear. Gear. Everything but the bimetal gears is getting yoinked. Okay. Not what I meant to do. Do my network visualizer tool probably. Maybe it was my dislocator. I don't remember. One of those was somewhere up there. Anyways, trying to craft all these down. Alright. Section all these guys back into patterns. Let us pop open this complex gearbox. We're gonna remark everything again real fast. So we actually need the basic recipe for a dark and an energized bimetal gear. Right? Yep. Energized will just be this. A dark will just be this. Put both these guys in. Gearbox. Dark steel nuggets and energetic alloy nuggets. We'll teach those real fast. Okay. So, none of the bimetals. Damn, I guess that is quite a lot of different gear types. Diamond gears. They'll be made with 4. This guy wasn't. It was a 4x on the recipe. Oh, that was too much. Have it, right? Yeah. It'll be diamonds. This guy, 1, 2. This guy, 1, 2. Titanium aluminide. Okay, so we don't know that. This one's going to be done in the alloy furnace, which is times 16. So this will be what, 48? Let's check the other one, titanium iridium. I'd assume it's in a similar boat. Yeah, it'll also be times 16, so this one will be 32. Do we have any other weird looking ones? No, okay. Let's go to our alloy tier 2 real fast. We'll put these guys in. We're gonna probably put a... Okay, well I say probably. We're definitely gonna put an extra, like, row of patterns in this guy, because they're fast enough. I'm not worried about it. Okay, now that the actual ingot part of these has been secured, we'll do this guy. 2. Pretty boring but efficient way to get this done. Get rid of this one. Methyl, nickel, aluminum, and lead. These are all going to produce 16 gears. And there are no duplicates. Perfect. This should be everything for the gearbox. We're going to need to go manually because I didn't put expansion cards in that guy, so we do need to cruise on into the Mythic Processors area. Let's look up interface. Actually, probably pattern expansion cards. I'll give you all 4. Or I guess 3 that you can hold, actually. Forgot about that. There you go. That should be good. Now if we look up the gearbox, we can craft one. We'll actually make like 4. Just because. Vibranium alloy is getting made. Has to wait on that because it has to do a full stack. It's making a block of fire dragon steel. It needs to do draconic infusion for that. So it's going to take a second. Because yeah, that gets cycled out. The last vibranium alloy gets made. It makes the last of the gears, and bam. There we go. for gearboxes. On demand, and it's not too slow by any means. Contemplating if I feel like doing a mythic assembly machine. I probably should. I don't know if I feel like doing it right now. Let us check what we're gonna need for the shaft. Threaded steel rods, magnalium. Okay, rolling machine recipe. Cool. Guess we can go and encode that guy real fast. Rolling machine. What tier is it? Okay, I wasn't sure if we'd made it tier 2 or not. Tier 2 on the rolling machine is a 4x. Oh, do I even have magnesium dust left over? Oh, nice. I have 25 million of it. I don't know why, but I do. So, fine by me. Okay. So that's the magnalium plate part. Then we're gonna need smart outputted inderium and fiery arrow shafts. Then dreaded steel rod. Dreaded steel rod is just a lathe recipe. The lathe that we have is a 16x increase. This guy needs to be to a 32. Click a lathe. Okay. And then the last of the stuff for the complex crankshaft will be setting up these two guys, I think, right? Pretty sure everything else is fine. Inderium plates. Compactor. I don't know if compactor is tier 1, tier 2. I'll check real fast. Compactor tier 2. Means he does a full stack at once. Compactor tier 2. Alright, and now all we're missing for the complex crankshaft is this guy. And then we are also going to need an assembly machine. Let's grab a preemptive tier 2 coil. That'll be fine by me. And then I'm missing bloodstone? Do I have eggs for that? I do. What do they go with? Abyss garnet. Okay. So cut abyss garnet, and then we'll do bloodstone in the induction smelter from an egg with a cut abyss garnet. Cut garnet goes here. Let's look up egg as an out. No. Let's look up egg as an input. There you go. Egg. Now we can go to bloodstone too. Injectors. Okay. And then I'll just queue up, this will queue up like 200 more for later. because those are just the slowest part. So if I need them more for other stuff, they'll just be done. And with that, guys, I think I'm going to call that one a wrap up on the stream. So we got the MSR up. We got our first bits of Lymphopixonia. We should have everything tomorrow, no problem, to get, we'll finish up. We'll probably make a mythic processor for the assembly machine. We'll get the high strength transmission. We'll make our first mythic excavation engine. And we'll finally make our little bit of an extra push forward. Then that will allow us to get... What is this guy blocked by? Heart of Pixonia off of Primal Ogrite. I see. Then we just need to get some nuggets. Some meat nuggets of any kind. So we need to set up an infernal furnace. Kinda neat. Whatever. But yeah. We can make some Primal Ogrite ingots. I don't think this is a problem. Yeah, you just have to cast Primal Ogrite. It's kind of funny you have to cast over a power rune, but I want to say that we got power runes already from one of the things. Yeah, just a couple 110,000 of them, so I think that'll be fine. But yeah, we'll get all of that done tomorrow. We'll make our push forward, and we'll officially become Chapter 6ers. That shouldn't be an issue. I figure that'll only take an hour or two tops. And yeah, we'll start making our forward progress again. Thank you guys for dropping by, though. I do appreciate it. I know that I could have been a little bit more efficient today, but I hope everyone could bear with me through that. Got our MSR up and stuff, which is, for some reason, a really difficult part for a lot of people. I honestly felt like that was kind of easy. The hardest part is, like, our knack throughput, but, you know, it is what it is. Maybe we'll fix it, maybe we won't. We'll see. Thank you guys so much, though. I really do appreciate it. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and a good afternoon. Peace, everybody.